It's officially spooky season.
Spooky time.
It's October.
October.
And we have a month full of awesome spookies.
Shit.
We're going to start with spooky creatures.
Yeah.
Let's go. Jello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. Okay, so this whole month is going to be different.
We're going to be outside.
We are outside at my house in the middle of nowhere.
Nature. Out in the woods.
In the nature. We have a fire going, so you're going to hear crickets and frogs and...
maybe a coyote.
Or two. My ducks might chime in.
Chickens,
I don't
maybe?
know. They're sleeping, I guarantee it. But,
Also, it's a fucking full moon tonight.
Absolute
The full harvest moon.
Beautiful. And
Super moon. Beautiful. She's so bright.
We are sitting under her, and she is glorious.
Perfect time to start this spooky season.
It is. So, buckle up. We are going to start with spooky creatures, spooky monsters, Halloween monsters. We each picked a few. So, or do you want to start?
You can go ahead. What's that?
I don't know. That was kind of creepy.
We're not just outside, guys. This is like straight up out in the woods. Like
yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
It is
pretty
completely dark. Without this fire and our candles, we can't see.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles going and the firelight, and that's it. Like, it's pretty.
I love it. I didn't think I'd love it, but with you, it's okay. If I were by myself, I'd be like, fuck.
You see that swing right there? That is my normal chill zone.
Wow.
Right there. In the dark. No fire. Like, I don't do fire by myself. Like, if my husband comes out, we will, but...
We did that thing. We fucking did that fire.
It took us forever
to
go
go out. Third time's the charm.
I know, right? Okay, let's start. My first spooky creature, Halloween creature, is a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where zombies, like, came from? Like, the myths of them or that... Oh, God, I burped. Excuse me.
I don't.
Okay. The first stories date back to the 17th century Haiti.
Okay.
Okay, this has to do with voodoo.
Oh.
Yes. They were created using voodoo. Like, that's where the story of the zombie came about, was
Rising from the dead.
Voodoo. Pretty much, but there was like a ritual. Okay. People would bring their loved ones that were like not doing well, or even people they didn't like. They would like convince to go see her. They're called, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. It's Bokor. It's like Bokor or Bokor. I can't, it's a very pronounced word that I can't. Like, I looked it up and I can't say it. So I'm probably, it's a I don't want to sound completely American, like Bokor, but that's probably what it's going to come off as, because I don't have that ability to make that, the swang with your language. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lisp, so it doesn't come off right. So we're going to call her a Bokor.
Okay.
We're going to go with it. A Bokor is literally a voodoo witch who serves good and bad.
Okay.
She can do good for
Dark
you.
and light.
Exactly. She does both. She would put together herbs, bones, shells, fish, and other animal parts.
Yes.
She would make a concoction. She would give it to the victim that was brought to her. Or him. It can also be a male. I'm sorry. Him or her. I'm going to say her for the sake of my story, just because that's kind of what I wrote down every time. So, that's a four-wheeler in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry. So...
It's okay.
It's okay. She would put everything together. She would give it to the victim. They would be completely immobile within like 10 minutes.
Wow. So she'd like feed it to them? Or...
Okay, she could feed it, inject it, or sometimes blow it in their face, and they inhaled it like an inhalant.
Yeah. Like
yes, it's
burn it like incense.
It depends on the quality of the human brought to her. Like, if they're not doing good and can't sit up and can't, all that. Okay, they would become immobile. Their heartbeat would slow down completely. Their breathing would almost stop. It would be completely reduced. This all happens within 10 minutes. Oh, wow. Like a very, very, very fast process. Yes. The victim would go into kind of like a coma, essentially. Mm-hmm. And they would take Oh, they were also completely aware of what was going on. 100%.
Oh.
They knew. They saw people standing over them. They knew, like, that was not a monster. That was
my stomach
Lynn's
again.
stomach. Okay. They were aware of everything. Okay. They would go into like a coma. Essentially, they would take the victim to a doctor, who would then declare them dead, because they had no machines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Your
they would
heart
literally
rate
look at
stops
them, and they didn't breathe for the 1
Yeah.
second they looked, and they're dead. They would, since Haiti is very, very, very warm and hot, they would actually start decomposing because their heart's not beating fast enough to keep the blood flowing through their body.
No blood flow.
Yes. They would actually have a funeral for them. They would bury them, and they would have a funeral. Exactly 8 hours to the dot after the body was buried, the Bokor would dig up the body. This is still a completely immobile human being, okay?
Wow.
The Bokor would perform an ancient voodoo rite on this person where she splits the souls of the zombie.
Huh.
That was a car. She would take one soul, place it, one part of the two souls. The one was left, I think I read she gave it back to the body, essentially. She took out the soul, split it, gave one part back. She would take one soul, put it in a jar, and wrap it in the person's clothing, and she would keep it in a very safe space where nobody knew.
Wow.
Okay. After a few days, the Bokor gives them a hallucinogen. Did I say that right?
Hallucinogen, yeah.
Hallucinogen, yes. It was called the zombie cucumber.
Oh.
That's what they called it. It actually had a chemical that was found in pufferfish inside of it, and that's kind of how this all works out. After giving the person this chemical, it would put them in a submissive state, and she is now able to control them.
Oh, wow.
Everything about them, yes.
Like a voodoo doll.
Yes, the victim cannot speak, has no memory, and is no longer the person that they used to be. Like that shell of a person. It's just a corpse, a walking corpse.
Wow.
And the decomposition that occurred during the 8 hours made them look like their skin was kind of, departing. They will then belong to the Bokor until the day that they die. No, I'm sorry, until the day she dies.
Ooh, and then when she dies, did they die too, I guess?
Yes, when she dies, the zombie is then taken to its original grave and reburied.
Oh.
Yes.
Who takes it?
I'm assuming the family
So many
members.
questions.
I'm assuming the family
Yeah.
members. Like, it did not say that.
Huh.
There was many of these. It wasn't just one. You know what I mean? There were many, many of these. They essentially created their own slaves. Like, that's what they did. They made people for them to kind of like do their bidding and do their work.
Wow.
If salt was given to a zombie at any time, it is said they will revert back to their normal self and their personality would come back.
Oh, wow.
Is that not crazy? Just salt.
Because salt's cleansing and...
Yeah. Yeah, like just simple salt would totally snap them out of it. And they could have up to as many as they wanted, literally. Like, I didn't understand if, like, it was like a form of payment, maybe. Like, you do something for me, I'll bring you someone to turn into your...
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's where it originated from. The first ever movie that had zombies in them was called White Zombies. It was made in 1932. It was the first one to show the zombies in this nature, the nature that they came about. It was a man created a army for his own doings. Like, that's what that was about. The next one was there's movies in between these. It's just the next big one that turned the zombie culture around is what I'm getting at. In 1968, Night of the Living Dead still does have some of the originality within it. Like, they kind of create their own army kind of thing. But by 1978, Dawn of the Dead, American pop culture ruined that shit. And that is now the zombie we know today. The blood-sucking, eating your face off, slurring down the road, not talking kind of stuff. That's what it is now. So, yeah. That's my spooky monster. Well, one of them.
I did not know all that, so...
You're going to have to sit closer to that microphone, baby.
Oh, yeah, I'm really far away.
Yeah.
So mine isn't quite as interesting. The jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, but that's still interesting because I No, nothing. Like, I know that we carve a face every year, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know they don't seem so spooky, but they kind of are. So, the jack-o'-lantern originated in Ireland centuries ago. Irish folktales, there was a man named Stingy Jack who... Stingy Jack. Evidently, he was so stingy, he tricked the devil. There's stories of him inviting the devil for a drink and tricking him to do these things, and eventually he pissed the devil off so badly that when Stingy Jack died, he was banned from entering hell. But of course he was in cahoots with the devil, so God also wouldn't let him into hell. So the story goes that he was not allowed into heaven nor hell.
Okay.
So he was given a burning piece of coal to light his way for his soul to forever wander back and forth between heaven and hell.
Okay.
Kind of a purgatory situation.
Right.
And they used turnips originally back in Ireland.
Okay.
If you ever look up the original jack-o'-lantern or
Irish
jack-o'-lantern turnips,
right.
They're fucking creepy looking.
Very
yeah.
creepy.
The teeth.
I was gonna say, were those like human teeth or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
They use potatoes. They use turnips, things like that. They originally, smaller things like that, but eventually worked into the pumpkin because it was more.
Okay, so where do
easier.
the turnips come into play? Like, how is that?
I think it was just something that was what seemed easy: potatoes, turnips to carve on.
Okay.
But I don't know why Stingy Jack used a turnip.
Right.
But that was the story. And they would set him in their windowsills to kind of scare him, to frighten him away.
Okay.
So that he would, to keep Stingy Jack away, but also to keep away any other evil spirits or tormented spirits that were wandering around.
Okay.
So then, it came to America years later and, evolved, and people realized, oh, pumpkins are a lot easier to carve.
Are they? Because they're really not.
So yeah, Irish immigrants brought it over, and then, but some people now, we use it to represent the supernatural, or to not only protect from evil, but to help light the way for the souls of lost loved ones, so that they can find their way.
Is that why we carve jack-o'-lanterns?
Well, there's all different kinds of reasons, but mostly it's to keep evil away. Like the Irish immigrants brought that to
I thought we just did it for the hell of it. It's
well,
fun.
most people do because it's fun. But yeah,
right.
The original story is to keep Stingy Jack and all the other evil spirits away.
That is so fucking interesting.
So
I did not know
he just wanders
that.
around with his lit coal inside a turnip. Poor Stingy Jack, but how smart did that motherfucker have to be to trick the devil so many times?
Some motherfucker. Yes.
But yeah, I don't have a lot on that, but if you ever want to see something creepy, look that up. The original jack-o'-lantern. They're something else, man.
I think they're human teeth. They have to be. The little things in the tooth holes.
Very well could
be. They look very human. But okay, so why does America have to screw everything up?
Right.
Why do we, the turnip was scary enough. We could still just get some turnips and carve them, essentially, right?
Yeah. That
like
coconut thing I have? That's
the creepy coconut guy? Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
My mom gave me that. She finds cool weird shit, and she's like, you want this? I'm like, yeah, I fucking want that.
I think it'd be super cool to carve a watermelon.
Yeah?
That'd be so easy. It's so squishy, and then you could, eat it, instantly.
Yeah.
I know some people eat pumpkin seeds, but, don't they have to be put in the oven and dried or whatever? So you could just carve and eat as you're going, and then we might make some summer jack-o'-lanterns. I'm serious. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, water. I think being, turnips and potatoes and pumpkins and gourds and all that are probably more readily excuse me. Stingy Jack has taken my voice away. They're easier to find in the fall. I'm sure watermelons are not quite in season, but you can still grab. I bet it'd make a good one.
It's my ducks. It's fine.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the ducks. I'm like, who is laughing at us?
Yep. They usually laugh on cue, so I'm surprised we haven't got a good wah out of them. Okay, my next creature. It's not really a creature.
The ducks are so creepy. I love it.
They're creepy?
They're so cute and creepy.
Do you hear them? Oh, they stop the minute I say, do you hear them? Okay, my next creature. It's not a creature, though.
Well, jack-o'-lantern's not really either.
Oh, true. It's like a Halloween monster. That's what we're supposed to call this episode.
Halloween symbols.
Yeah, is the Grimm Reaper.
Yeah.
Which is not Halloween. So why did I do him? Because he's really fucking interesting.
Because death is very much Halloween, and the Grimm Reaper is all about death.
Very true. Okay, so the Grimm Reaper came about in 14th century in Europe.
Ooh. So much starts in Europe.
I know, right? The first stories of the Grimm Reaper came from the Black Plague.
Okay.
Because death, bad,
Yeah.
Everyone got sick, 1/3 of Europe's population died during the Black Plague. So the surviving Europeans had death on their mind. Like, that's all they could think about. Like, everyone around you is dying. The Black Plague changed the way that humans thought about death. Like, completely changed the way. Everyone thought they were going to die, and they were just seriously waiting for it. Like, they didn't...
Impending doom, yeah.
Literally, that's what it was. The story started about a skeleton figure in a black cloak with a... Say the word, because I can't. Slith? What does he hold? Oh my gosh. Do you know what I'm talking... You're staring at me like I am dumb. What does the Grimm Reaper hold? How do you say it?
Oh.
Hold on. I'm not good with words.
I always say it wrong.
I do too.
I blanked out, but I know a scythe.
Sythe.
I always say scythe, but I don't know if it's right or not.
Okay. The knife he holds, standing in the dark. People just started telling stories about this and saying he's awaiting his next victim. It was boredom, knowing they're going to die. So let's joke about it because, I mean, it's 14th century in Europe. So, like... dark humor at this point, because who can have any good humor?
That's all that's left.
There's no happiness in the world at all. Artists actually began drawing this figure that people started telling stories about, like, just for fun. Like, they would create little storybooks and stuff and, like, draw him on stones and just... I mean, it sounded like a good old time, but I know it wasn't. Right. You know what I mean? Like, drawing...
Sad, the only entertainment they had, but...
That's a brr. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so they just created stories about him, how he's always coming for you, that Grimm, But why the skeleton, the cloak, and the scythe?
I say scythe. I don't know.
My lisp does not allow me to say that word. It just doesn't. And there's another word, suspicious. That's a hard one.
Be suspicious. What about superstitions?
No, see, it's too much. Why those things? Because skeletons are a symbol of death. I mean, you see a skeleton, what do you think? The person's died, so death, right? The robe or the cloak resembles the robes of the people that buried, and the popes and the pastors and priests, and I don't know what they had back then at the funerals.
Right, wore their robes and stuff. And
the big knife thing that I can't say is taking from agricultural practices. Because the scythe... What is it? Scythe?
Oh, my teenager will be so mad at me for not pronouncing this right. She's had to fix me so many times.
The knife was used to harvest crops that were cut from this earth. So that's why they used it as the photo of the Grimm Reaper. Like, as the drawings that the artist drew or whatever. Oh, I just about knocked my microphone into next week. Wow, I'm so sorry. That was so loud. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. That's where our Sir Grimm came from.
Yeah, I still think it's scythe. I still do.
We'll go with scythe. It just doesn't look like it's spelt like scythe at all.
I think it's silent, but I'm not sure.
I don't pronounce words right on the daily.
I have
I'm not
that problem. I know I've said that before. I read words a lot, but I don't say them
You're
out loud enough.
You're a lot better at it than I am.
I don't say them out loud enough. My husband has to correct me all the time. He's like, "That's not how you say that." I'm like, "Well."
Who cares? Like, who cares?
Right?
Like, you're not
at least
teaching a class or, teaching... Well, I guess we're talking to people, but...
Take everything we say with a grain of salt. Because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Don't know what we're
learning, too, so...
Yes. Okay. So, there was my Sir Grimm.
Okay. Well, ooh, sorry. I don't know.
Listen, we're in a new environment, so we're a little tappy.
Yeah, tappity tap.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a little different. But we're doing okay.
What you got?
Those frogs are fucking weird, dude.
They sound like... My oldest says it sounds like they're aliens talking.
They do. They sound like little aliens.
Let's be quiet for 1 second. I hope they can hear that. Like, I hope they can hear...
the tree frogs at home and stuff, but, like, I'm closer to town and I don't...
If I walk over to my pond, you can just feel the earth moving. Because these frogs have burrowed themselves into it.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, it is disgustingly amazing.
Crazy.
Like, it's really weird. We should walk out there. It's really dark out there.
Really dark.
Really fucking dark. Like, it's dark here, but it's really fucking dark out there. We'd have to bring a flashlight because we might fall in the ditch. Okay, you go.
So speaking of the plague, this kind of scarecrows.
Scarecrows.
Again, not super creepy, but
I like how I went like the darkest.
Well, see, I
literally did death.
I also
like,
I have another one.
Scarecrows.
I have another one that's kind of like the Grimm Reaper, but the plague reminded me of the scarecrows.
Okay.
Because, well, first of all, the scarecrows actually originated like 3,000 years ago. Like, Egyptians would hang wooden frames and they'd cover them with these big nets to scare away, I think it was the quails, to keep them along the Nile River to protect their wheat crops.
Really?
Yeah. And they would use the nets to, like, trap the quails and then they cook them for dinner.
Okay.
So that's how it originated. But also in Europe, in the Middle Ages, during the plague, they would send actual children out to the fields, out to the farm, the crops, and to scare the birds away. They'd bang blocks together and they'd throw rocks at the birds to scare them. But when the plague hit, so many of those children died that they literally they couldn't do it anymore. Right. So farmers started making fake, old clothes and straw and hang them up on a pole to replace what the kids were doing to keep because there weren't very many kids. There weren't many people left at all.
I was going to say, I don't think
they had to make their own people to scare the birds off to protect their crops. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But, again, it moved over to America. And
we fucked it up.
Yeah, but scarecrows also represent death and resurrection of the crops. So, like, a lot of...
Really?
Yeah. So, like, a lot of... So there's like ceremonies and stuff that they'll do to celebrate. They'll burn the scarecrows after they're done to celebrate the harvest, and then they'll return the ashes to the earth to give thanks.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That is really fucking interesting. Yeah. It's crazy how
something so simple that we all like see all the time. Like scarecrows are such a big part of fall and autumn.
I have never in my life until we started doing this research thought about like where the first zombie came from, where the first jack-o'-lantern came from. Like they're just there. They're just a norm in our life, but like everything originates from somewhere, and that's why we're doing this episode.
And
just
I've read a little about like symbolism because with the stuff that I do a lot of symbolism, like with charms and things like that. So I've read a little bit about like jack-o'-lanterns and stuff, but I didn't know all that origin. I knew that jack-o'-lanterns were meant to like originally to keep evil away, and scarecrows were to scare off the birds, but like I didn't know all of that, so that was interesting.
That's very interesting. Okay, my next one is vampires.
They want to suck your blood.
Please don't. They originated from ancient Greece.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
Transylvania. I don't know where Transylvania is.
I don't think it's in Greece. It could be. I have no fucking clue. Okay, the story started, people were being attacked in their sleep at night by a creature, and their blood was drained. We are also in a time of disease that we don't understand, There were also other stories told of people walking around at night that would spread disease when they were near someone else. So like Joe's walking down the street and he goes near you and says, hello, and then you're sick. You're now diseased. I gave it to you. Like I said, it was a time of disease, all these different kinds of diseases, and people didn't have the understanding that diseases spread. Like, it's very easy to spread an infectious disease. I mean, COVID.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes me wonder how many things are going to come of this, like, hundreds of years ahead.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Well, back during COVID days.
Exactly. Back in my day. But, so we didn't understand that we can make each other sick by simply talking to somebody or coughing near them or going near them. Nobody understood that at all. They believe the vampires would kill their family first and then their close friends. Because you were with your family every night and you visited your friends and your coworkers every day. So you might have gotten it.
Yeah.
Talk to your wife, now she's sick.
Yeah.
Talk to your child, now he's sick. Talk to your neighbor, now he's sick. Like, that's how it started. Research shows now, like they've done research on the types of diseases that people thought was vampirism. Thank you, Ducks. I'm going to butcher these words because I am not a words person. I do apologize. Porapyra, which makes you 100% sensitive to light.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Tuberculosis. We all kind of know what tuberculosis is. Pellagra makes your skin very, very thin. These are all infectious diseases of that time. And rabies. It causes humans to bite other humans. Yeah. And it was going around like crazy back then. Yeah. A lot of cultures actually dug up the bodies of the people they thought were vampires, and the skin would be decomposing, kind of. But they thought that decomposing, because they didn't just dig people up, you know what I mean? So they thought decomposing meant they were a vampire.
Because they didn't have much to compare to.
Exactly. So they would dig you up and be like, oh my goodness, look at him. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then that is now a vampire, and they knew it. Yeah. That was a fucking vampire. People had receding gums, but also their hair and nail, like their nails kind of didn't, I mean, your nails, well, they don't grow, but they don't die. Yeah. Your hair is still kind of full and luscious, you know what I mean? So they thought they're not dead, you know? Those ducks, I tell you what. They started believing this so wholeheartedly and truly that they started staking them through the hearts with a wooden stake before they buried them, even though they're dead. Yeah. They would put a stake through their heart and then bury him in the ground. So and that's where the wooden stake came from. Yes, and then, of course, here comes America with their vampire. I think actually Dracula. Yeah. This is before Dracula. This is a very, 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 very long time ago. Oh God, we got to quit hitting these microphones. It's hard. Okay, so this is like pre-Dracula, where the first the actual vampires came about. Yes. Okay. Yes, and that is all of my spooky creatures. What you got?
I just have one more, the Headless Horseman, and
like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, like
Did
Sleepy
you see
Hollow.
something?
The light that came out of the chicken coop?
There's cats.
Oh, okay.
There's cats. That's my predator light, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah. There's my neighbor guy has like 7 outdoor cats, like for mouse reasons, and they set them off all night long. Unless you hear.
So they're just motion censored.
Yeah, they're motion censored lights. Yeah.
I was
my bunny one over there goes off all the time. Like even if you just like think about walking over there, it goes off. So it's really energy. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so most people know of the Headless Horseman from the Sleepy Hollow
Isn't that Johnny Depp?
Yeah, the movie, the original story, you know, of the Sleepy Hollow and Ichabod Crane and all that. But it actually dates back there's different ideas of it because once again, the Headless Horseman was of Irish folklore too. He was known as I might say this wrong, Dullahan. He would have been the druid god of death. Okay. And so in the movies, the Sleepy Hollow, you know, the story, the original story, and the shows and the movies and all that, they describe him as a Hessian soldier who was decapitated by like cannon fire during the Revolutionary War, and he'd wander around searching for his head, or like, you know, in trying to get revenge, and he brought doom and gloom, and but in the Irish, now this was way before the story was written, the Irish talked about Dullahan, the god of death, and he was known to carry his head high above him, ride the horse, carry his head high above him to scan his surroundings. Oh. But instead of, you know, you hear the stories about him carrying an axe or carrying a jack-o'-lantern, but he would carry a whip made of a human spine. So a little bit darker. Yeah. A little bit darker. But they would think that the location he stops riding, that's where death will happen. If he says your name, you're dead. Like, they had these different beliefs of,
so it is kind of like a Grimm.
Yeah, kind of like, very similar to the Grimm Reaper type of situation. Okay. Yeah. Now, I don't know how far back this would have been. This would have been a really long time ago because it was before the Sleepy Hollow version of the Headless Horseman, but some believe he demands blood sacrifices, like by capitation, or that, you know, he was looking for revenge, or that he was just trying to seek out people that did wrong or whatever. So I don't know, but pretty much he is a depiction of death coming, doom and gloom. And
right.
But I just thought that was interesting that...
You say that a lot. I just thought that was interesting.
I know
so many things are fucking interesting. Yes, I never knew that.
Because I've always just thought it was the Sleepy Hollow version. I didn't know that there was another version that he was like
so
a whip made of spine.
If you really fucking think about it, like really think about it, everything has an original story. Oh, yeah. We don't know the original stories of fucking anything. Yeah. We know what we were taught and saw growing up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
That's crazy.
And even the stories that seem so far-fetched, somebody got their idea from somewhere. I mean, it came from somewhere. Exactly. There's a little bit of truth to it somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a lot more creatures, but I just wanted to touch on a few of them.
I think they were good. Like, those were some good ones. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if you got any spooky creatures you want to share about, let us know.
At onlyifyoucankeepup@gmail.com. See you later.